Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. This one is special and is brought to you by Mezco Toys. Today we're going to talk about something a little different. And dun, 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 dun. Here we have the Mezco 112 Nosferatu, the 1922 version, the silent film. So let's get started and let's jump into it. The tin can, actually, I love these tin cans. Everybody knows that. So if I ever have kids, definitely going to pass these down. These cool little lunch boxes. Really like how it's going on. As you can see, the 20 years of Mezco. So I really do appreciate that. Thanks for all the cool toys we've gotten. Oh, is that? Oh no, it's not engraved. I thought it was. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. On our side, we have him walking through the hallway, a corridor. This is actually pretty cool too. On our backhand side, we have the, okay, so it's the same as the front. It says a toy not for children, intended for collectors only. You'll see the serial number, cool Mezco sign. And on, oh, actually it wraps all the way around. So that's actually pretty cool too. So now let's open up this bad boy. All right, so we have our tissue paper. Oh, okay. So we gotta turn it this way. And let's actually adjust. And we can see, just taking it out. So we have heads, we have hands, we have the cool rats, keys, a hat. Let's take it out. Oh, they gave you the coffin too. So we have a lot to talk about. This is gonna be fun. All right, so let me get settled up and wrapped in, and we can talk about this guy in box. All right. So welcome back, guys, and now we're gonna talk about Nosferatu out of the box, looking pretty cool. And I gotta honestly say, this is really dope. And considering it was a black and white movie, I don't know what to expect color-wise, but I do like the choice of the dirty brown and the grays and the mix of the skin tone. Really like it. Even if we're going by like movie posters and stuff like that where it was colored, like I just really like the way this guy looks. It definitely sets the mood of creepy and evil and is lurking behind you. And it's really cool. And I'm not even like a crazy horror fan, but I am always down for really cool and different stuff. So this is definitely way outside my realm and it looks nice. Now, in terms of our look, as you can see up close, we can see that Nosferatu is definitely a new type of body used in the 112 collective. I don't think we've seen anything like this before. At least me personally, I don't remember anything like this. I don't think we've seen anything. And I really like the detail of the hands and the jacket. Nothing is wired, so that's cool. But it is buttoned all the way up, so don't think about taking that off. Now, if we're talking about in terms of articulation, let's take a look and see what he's got going on. So we can move our head up. You can see. We can tilt side to side. Oh, there's a nice little scarf under there too. That's really nice. We can actually tilt in just a little bit more as well too to make him look even more creepier, right? Tilt the head back up, you get a little bit more room. As far as our upper torso with our arms, we can lift our arm pretty high. Even like with the stretching of the arm. So what you do is you would stretch the arm and not the actual sleeve. We can actually get range all the way out. We can move our arms forward. You can obviously move it backwards. And it is double jointed. Yep. No, yeah. There is not a double joint, but it does, no double joint, but it does rotate and it does have a very nice bend that goes really far up. We have our standard peg. I really like these claw hands. Man, this is so nice. So same is gonna be for the left-hand side. Now, as far as our upper torso goes, in terms of movement, we have, a very great deep cut for that movement going forward. So if you wanna get that creepy vibe in, you definitely can. We have a nice little hunch over that we can do. Even going backwards is just, it's even better than the forward crunch. It's really nice. We can tilt side to side. And we have a lower crunch as well too. So we can actually get really far in there. So in terms of articulation, this guy, as well as being a new body, you can definitely get a lot of range of movement, sorry, with this. Looks really dope. I really like the way these eyes look too. That pitch black just really works really well here. Now, in terms of our legs, we will get a forward movement of going up with no problem. We can go outward as well. And turns out we are double jointed and we have a thigh swivel. Now, as far as the ankle pivot, it's pretty tight, but you can go forwards and backwards. You won't be getting that crazy tilt for the pivot. But I don't recall him doing anything super crazy. It was 1922, so yeah. but he can stand really well. So that should not be too much of an issue for you guys. As you can see here, let me just change my focus. You can see here, he just stands pretty well. There's no crazy tilt, but you get just enough to allow that movement. So if you want to do something like this, let's pose him up, make him look nice. So even if you want to generate what is called the walk, I'm pretty sure he can do this with not too much of an issue. Let's try to get him rounded out and square. Let's get that right there. There we go. Looking real nice. Get that nice creepy vibe on, right? So yeah, this is one of those things where even though I haven't seen it, I'm gonna have a lot of respect for the amount of love that was put into this. At least I don't recall watching it, but I'm pretty sure after my mother watches this video, she's gonna call me and tell me how I was probably scared to death of this. And you can just see here that Nosferatu can take up really, really nice poses. So for those of you that are into horror, this may definitely be for you so far. Now we're gonna talk about our accessories that we get with him. So let's actually get nice to that. Let's get jump into it, make it all nice and clean. Now we're gonna see what he comes with. We're gonna talk about accessories, and then later on we're gonna jump into the size comparisons. First things first, let's go over our head sculpts. We've seen our default one that we got right out of the box. I really, really like this one. This still might be one of my favorite ones. It has the teeth showing, the black eyes. It is very stoic and still creepy. Next up, you're gonna see the other head sculpt. And this one, actually, this one might end up being a favorite. This is the, I wanna call this the hissing head. Kind of like fangs showing, ready to pounce. You actually get a huge vein line that you normally see on the other one, but is more protruding out. Definitely really, really nice. Even along the sides of the face. Stuff like this is really, really nicely done. Then we have a more stoic, chill face. Kind of like a watching, lurking face. It's calm. The lip design is different. Even the base up here. The facial features are really, really spot on in terms of just capturing expression. Then we have a lamp. This is a classic lantern. I like the way it's colored. It definitely shows a different color palette than that of Nosferatu. So you actually get some nice color palette differences. Then you're going to get a hat. I believe this is a sailor's hat. And then if you want to see if it'll fit on the head, voila, there we go. We have a nice hat on his head. I mean, I think this is a terrible disguise. As you can see, he clearly has elongated ears and claws, but sometimes, you know, in the dark, it works out, right? So that fits on the normal default head and is going to fit on, actually, it's gonna fit on all of them. So that works out just fine. If it's gonna fit on this head, it's guaranteed to fit on all three. Then you'll actually get a set of keys as well. I haven't opened up mine as of just straight up out of fear that I may lose them. And we can see there are gold keys and silver keys. And actually each key has a slightly different design just to show you that you don't always get all the same key. So that's pretty dope. He's a key master. Next up, in terms of hands, as you can see the default claws that we have there, we actually have open attack claws. These are perfectly well done at capturing the creepiness. The nails are fantastic. They're spread apart at a great design. And I believe if you have any sort of other figure, this should fit around the neck of most figures. So where you can kind of come together and choke the life out of someone if you're gonna be that kind of vampire, right? Then you have a hand. This hand, I believe, is going to be able to hold your lantern or your keys as you slide through. But let's say you wanted to do it this way and you hold it the under, it's gonna be just fine. Last but not least, you're going to get one more claw hand, kind of with the fingers out. Kind of like a special touch of creepy here. What this can be used for, I want to go back and watch the movie now because I'm definitely thinking to myself, even if I'll take out the keys probably, you could just hang the keys off this one finger and show a creepy way of showing, hey, you can get out. You can take these keys from me, right? So there's plenty of other options there. Then you'll also get a crazy amount of small rats. So this small one, this actually came in handy. I just had the back here. This small one can actually stand up on top. Then you have other smaller ones that each one actually takes a small and different expression. And and you'll get a total of, I believe, 6 or 7. So I believe, yeah, 6 actually. But these two actually take the most different expression, as you can see here. And this one even a slightly different color. So yeah, we actually have something really nice in terms of the rats. And I think that they come in handy because when we get to this part, which is the coffin, right? Let's move these guys back there. As far as the coffin goes, the lid comes off easily, as you saw it in package. And then we have the coffin with the special dirt. And this one also has rats in it as well. So if you want to place more rats inside, or if you want to do it outside and show all the cool stuff, you definitely have options here. Now, as far as whether or not he fits in, I'm going to say yes, obviously. But let's test it out, because otherwise we'd be crazy not to. This is really dope. This is so different and out of my realm. This is fun to talk about. And yeah, he fits. He fits just fine. Even if I lay him, yep, he's laying flat. He's laying cool. 1 foot to each base. Fits in just perfectly fine. And even the lid, this is the reverse side of the lid. It fits in perfectly to align with the top. So if you want to just show it with the face peeking out, this is probably one of the most creepiest things that I have seen. Just showing his face like that. So one thing you want to do when closing your lid, and I should have done this, I should have checked. You want to actually close the feet in to make sure they're based in. So that way the lid closes. And let me align this head just a little bit more. But yeah, having him peek his head out through it is probably one of the creepiest things I've seen. And there's no way possible that that doesn't come out creepy in some sort of really cool photo. This is the things I'm talking about. Like, stuff like this is, even though I'm not a big horror guy, it's cool to be able to recognize when something is done really well and executed really well. And I gotta honestly say, this is fun. This is fun to try something different and new. And it's just cool as a casual horror fan. For those of you that are really into this, I really hope that you're gonna be happy and enjoy this, because I definitely am. Can't wait to try out new and cool photos. So in the meantime, let's jump into size comparisons and see how he stacks up with other Mezcos as well as other lines. So let's get into that. All right, now we're gonna jump into size comparisons, and I chose to choose some Mezco horror stuff to size comparison with them first, as well as a few other things. So first things first, let's do a Mezco Freddy Krueger. And Freddy is indeed far smaller than Nosferatu. Then we have Jason. Unfortunately, I don't have Frankenstein, because I definitely want to stack him up next to Nosferatu, but I don't have one. So here we are with Michael Myers. And if we're going to talk about horror icons, I think Nosferatu belongs in there because he's the oldie, right? And then we're going to do the Pennywise as well. Pennywise, who is technically newer to the horror scene in terms of movies. And as you can see, Nosferatu, as well as has a different body design, is slightly bigger than most of them. I think Michael Myers kind of competes the most. Even if I put his head up, Michael Myers might just be around the same size. I got to fix that ankle. But these guys all look really cool together. I mean, I technically wouldn't want to be seen with this crew at all. They'd probably wreck me. But yeah, as you can see here, body-wise, is different proportions, different sizes, but he still scale well in terms of scary, right? So let's take all these guys away. And let's do a quick comparison with some other lines so you can see how he stacks up, in case you want to mix and match, right? Here we are with a Mythic Legions. Here we are with an SH Figuarts. Here we go with a 6-inch Marvel Legends. Let's fix that ankle. Then we're going to do an Articulated Icons Ninja. And as you can see with other lines, he pretty much scales out well with most of them. The import stuff, not so much, as well as ninjas, but more so with Marvel Legends and Mythic Legions would work out just fine. For those of you, and I just had this idea, if you want to put Nosferatu up against Blade, I think you'll have a very good time doing that. I forgot about it to comparing it here, but the idea just came to me as I'm doing it. But this is all a first impression, so obviously you guys will enjoy and see it and hopefully you guys have found this informative. As always, thank you to Mezco Toys for letting me unbox this and review it. I appreciate you guys. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.
Thank you.